I'm just
Now
trying to
that,
weed out all the bad women.
Well, that leads me to the question I was going to ask y'all. So, who do y'all think is worse when it comes to dating? Do y'all think men are worse when it comes to the dating scene, or is it the women that's worse?
Uh, I think it was probably men early on, but like how the social media and like the sisterhood to where no matter if a woman on some BS, another woman always gonna just try to defend them. I think it's kind of it's either even now or the women got it by a step right now because let them tell it dudes always ain't been shit, but the like forever. So they just catching up now, and they trying to run off with the lead. I'm just like, damn. So I say it's about even now, or they got the lead.
I think
What you think?
women are worse.
Okay.
I think women have always been worse. Men have just been vocal about it. Like women have just been real sly and on the low about how they
Yeah.
do it, and now they just now coming out and saying like especially with Cardi and
Yeah,
Meg and
Glorilla and all
Gorilla
that.
and all them, like it ain't a secret for them no more. So that it's okay.
See, I got something to couple with that, but go ahead. What you think? You think it's the men or the women?
I definitely going with women, bro. Like, and the reason I'm going with women again, I used to be a male gigolo, man. You know, no, seriously though, the type of guy I was, man, I was bad. Like, when I say bad, like I was, I'm not proud of it, but I'm saying this to prove a point that I've been with so many women in my life, married, in a relationship, single, and even though they were single, they was with another guy. Some of the shit that the women was coming up with and the stuff they would say and lie about, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I was told that before.
Yeah, boy. Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
boy,
Right,
that
So-
boy hit different.
So no, I was like, damn, a chick I was fucking with told me that before. And so it's just like certain things that happen. I'm like, well, and also I believe that now the men now, like us as men, we're starting to catch on to the bullshit. So we pay attention now. We're more settled. We're more attentive to our women and to the kids. And especially the older we get, the more we start realizing that family is more important than just being out in the streets, right? So we pay attention to everything. Now that we're doing that, the women, we're not doing our bullshit, so our focus is now paying attention to them that we catching their bullshit. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
So I feel like the women has always been worse. They just was slicker. They was always smarter. They would Bruce say that she messed with the dude out of town, down the street, around the corner, and we were messing with the chick next door. Now we don't mess with the chick next door. In fact, if we even mess with the chick at all, we wait a year between times. Now I see you next year. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now the women, now that we're not doing our bullshit, we see they bullshit. Like, so it's like, okay, that I'm going to go hang out with my friend, and then when we actually ask questions, which friend you're going to hang out with, right?
Right.
Then you come back home. We say, oh, how did y'all enjoy your night? Oh yeah, me and such did this and did this, but you told me you went with such and such. Oh yeah, well we did, but then such and such caught up. But yeah, but you just told me we starting to now focus like how women used to. So we catch it. Before that, we didn't. So now it's like when I start paying attention now, I'm like, oh yeah, they've been doing it. We was doing it too, but we just didn't give a fuck at the time.
Right.
But now so
we
now,
had our own stuff going on.
We did.
Our
But
side
now
chick pregnant.
like,
We trying to figure out how to stop that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, your woman trying to talk to you about bills. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, right. But now it's different. It's different now. You see what I'm saying? So I would definitely go with the women, and and the men and the women. We gonna always say who cheat more. It's gonna always be the other person,
Right.
and it's gonna always be pointing fingers. But at the age I'm at now, I would have never. If I was younger, I would have never said women. I would definitely say men. But now that I'm older and I'm starting to pay attention to our generation and the younger generation of our men who actually going to work, taking care of the kids, trying to take care of the family. I see the women bullshit. So they've been doing it the whole time. So that's just me.
Right.
Grandma said
I'ma
ain't nothing
go-
new under the sun.
It ain't. I'm gonna go with women too, and it's because I can say this: I ain't never did no woman on this earth like women did me all my life, all my life,
Yeah.
all my life.
Yeah. Yeah,
But nah,
that's
for
true.
real though, like I'm talking about all as
Anything
far
like
back
that.
as I can remember from talking to the first girl, like not even serious, just like a girl, whatever, and then going to middle school, high school, and then adulthood. I ain't never did no woman how I ever got done by a woman, and for what? Like, what did I do to you to make you do the things that you did? You could have just told me you didn't want to be with me or something like that. You didn't have to do all that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, but had I did that, boy, I would have had the worst reputation in
Oh
Kansas
yeah,
City,
would have been
Kansas.
bad, boy. Would have
Put
been
my
bad.
name out there, and then even for the stuff that I did do, I ain't know because dude, like you said, dudes don't be hearing about it. We don't be in that scene, and I just happened to come upon some people who knew me one time, and they said, "Boy, we don't." They basically beef with me like, "We don't like you because you did so and so like so and so," and I'm like, "I did what? I ain't do that." I'm like, so how that even get started? Like, so after we had our little situation, that ain't funny. But after we did our little situation, you just went out here and just started saying rah rah rah, and everybody gonna believe you because you're the woman. But nobody didn't come at
Yep.
what really happened. I'm
Yep.
like, nah, I didn't go down.
Yep.
Nah,
And even when you told what really happened, did they even believe you for real?
I didn't even waste my time telling them because I'm just one of them people who don't care. I'm like, if that's what you think, that's what you think.
Yep.
You ain't here from there, and you just like bandwagoning on somebody gossip or somebody crying wolf. And so I done seen women do some crazy stuff that don't make sense, and it's just like you doing too much.
It just don't sit the same because like a woman could go out and tell everything that happened, and they look at her like, "Oh man, poor you." But if a
Victim.
man do it, then it's like, "Man, why you bitching? Why you?"
I swear to God.
Nah, today we sassy. If we sassy, if you got emotional.
Boy,
That's killing me.
that's nasty
I
stuff.
told you I want to buy you $1,000 purse. All right,
Yeah, and that's
Broke
crazy.
and sassy at
That's
that point.
crazy. That's crazy to me.
because
Matter
I
of
said
fact-
no.
I'm about to say, matter of fact, while we on the topic, and I'm just curious because I like to know certain things.
Yeah,
about-
let
So-
it rip, bro.
So when it comes to relationship, right, in your
Right.
past, not now,
Yeah.
what was the worst thing a girl done to you that you would like to share? That you wouldn't mind everybody knowing right now. What was the worst thing that a girl done to y'all?
Ooh.
Well, it ain't even got to be the worst. It could be like just a fucked up moment that you like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I got one I can share. I had to think because when I was thinking of, I was gonna have to leave after that. I was about to leave.
So that's why I had to
That's why
change
he
the
ain't
question.
said
Like,
nothing.
hold on, let me
I was about to
rephrase
get up
it.
and walk out. Nah, one time this girl tried to pin a baby on me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now here the crazy part. Y'all probably like, oh yeah, how you know it wasn't yours though? Because we ain't never do nothing.
Well, hey, that's one way to know.
Yo, I'm so serious. He tried to pin the baby on me.
I remember. Look,
Yeah,
at first, I
look.
was like,
He was
I
thinking
was
of
like, wait, and then I was like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah. Yo.
I was like, hey, so and so said she pregnant by me. I was like,
So the day it happened, we was at the homie spot, and she happened to stay down the street. So I go down the street, lay at the spot. I was planning to do something, but when I got there, it was just weird. Like she was just trying to press me too hard about it, and I was like, I'm good. And then I was sitting in the room, chilling. Then, like DeAndre said, I heard that boom, boom, boom.
Boy,
Boy.
boy.
So, she was like, I'll be back. She went outside. She was outside for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm probably like, what? How old was we? Like 15?
15,
I was like 15. So I'm sitting
15.
in the room. I'm trying to find something on TV. I didn't pay no mind. She was outside that long. And come to find out, that was her actual baby daddy that was beating on the door. I just never got up. He went away. He didn't come in the house set tripping or nothing like that. He went away, but he was beating on the door because that's what they was arguing about. And she called me a couple days later or whatever, and she was basically trying to say, "Oh yeah, I'm pregnant, blah blah blah." And I'm looking like, okay, what that got to do with me though? And then eventually he came and talked to me. Whatever he said, what he said, he told me. I'm like, "Oh, it's cool, bro. That's you." Cause
That's crazy.
what I'm supposed to do? I mean, you mad at me? I didn't know nothing about you or nothing about none of that.
How old
stuff.
was she at the time?
She's probably like what, a year or two older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a
Hey,
year or two older
Did
than
she
me.
already had a baby?
Yep.
Nah, she was pregnant. She was like probably
Oh,
like a couple
okay.
months pregnant, but you couldn't tell. It was like 2, 3.
Got
But you know, I was just starting to talk to her. You know,
Got you.
whatever. I was just coming
Okay,
over.
Okay.
And so he came over and we talked about it and we was cool. So I'm like, I ain't tripping, bro. If that's you or y'all was doing your thing, I had no idea about none of that. He wasn't trying to fight. He was just saying, you know, seeing what was up like how I was.
Yeah, his feelings was hurt too, damn it.
Hell yeah.
I was like, you got a right to be mad. I was mad with him.
You should. You carrying my child with this nigga. What?
She lied to
he
both
wasn't-
of us.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna try to get on that anyway. But like, cause I'm in my head, I'm like, I got the backup down the street. So I was fast back then. I'm like, hey, I already knew how long it took to get back.
He's
And I was
a
running.
track
I
star.
gotta get out of here.
Mm.
I know where I'm going. So, but he was cool. But that was savage because I didn't understand why she would do that to me.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
For
That
what?
was weird.
What was we getting out of it? Like and then if I was dumb enough to fall for that, you would have just ruined my life.
If you was dumb enough to fall for that, boy, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, lying, boy.
Explain to you how babies are made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm macking. Nah, bro. And I'm like, it was no reason for that. And to this day, it ain't justified. Now, if I see her, it's wild because I slap her up. Like, yo, what's up, yo? What's good? What's good? She's like, what's good? I'm like, how your baby? Oh, is your baby growing now? That was a long time ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I was like, man, and it's all cool. But I'm like, back then, I'm like, boy, and I'm like, I would never do that.
That's crazy. How about you?
I really ain't got.
You ain't got one?
I had a very short fuse when I was younger. Me and my wife been married for what's it, 2025? So
Like 2 years more than that.
2025. So it'll be 13 years.
Mhm.
Oh,
14,
okay.
14
Congratulations,
years.
bro.
Put in the work.
But prior to that, like I had a real short fuse. So if they did something that I felt was like disrespectful, I was out of
He
there.
was
I
gone.
remember. I'll say this. I remember one chick. We drove up to Winnetonka High School.
Ooh, that boy was rolling.
And I was on a 2-man mission with my boy. So he had his girl up there. I was the one with the license. So I was like, all right, I'll drive, but just make sure there's somebody else for me. And
Right.
she brought her friend. We riding her friend in the front seat, and she's real quiet. And I'm trying to talk to her. She's quiet. Then she turned her back to me. Ain't even looking at me no more. I said, hey, where you live at? And she said, oh, I live right over there. 5 minutes later, I was like, all right, here you go. Let her ass out. I drove her straight home. And I was in the back, and I just heard him start laughing because we had a green minivan at the time. So he was in like far back, and I just heard him start laughing. I backed on out, took off, went back. I went to a park. I let them have the van, whatever. Start chilling. When we got back in there,
she tried to play
we
you.
drop his girl off, and he started rolling. He was like, "Bro, why you drop her off?" I was like, "Hey, the minute she turned her back to me, like you don't want to talk to me, I'm driving. The hell, I look like a chauffeur? Nah, take your ass right home."
What was she gonna do anyway when they was in the van and you got out? She was just gonna sit there and listen.
I don't know. And they really didn't do. They was kissing or doing all that shit, but like.
That's back when we was innocent. Let me touch your thigh.
Ooh, that's a nice tie right there.
Been though, like you disrespectful. At the very least, all you gotta do is talk. Like, be honest with it. Like, oh, I'm not interested in you. All right, whatever.
Okay, that's cool. But we can have a conversation real quick.
Yeah.
Talk
All right, what about
finance.
you, DeAndre?
What was the question?
What's the most disrespectful thing that a woman has done to you?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, OG.
yeah, because I was to listen to stories. I'm like, dang. Okay. What the most that I'm willing to share?
Yeah.
That you willing
I
to
got some
share?
stuff, boy, but I don't want to say certain things because I don't want Walter to go attack nobody. So I'm it was this one chick, you know, she offered she wanted me to come over because like like when I was younger, I didn't care where they was at. Like I'll drive to go get some booty.
Right.
Then like normally once I get to around
Submission.
once I get around 25, now it's like okay, within 15 minutes I'll drive. And then once I got to 30, I said okay, y'all just gonna have to come to me. I'm not and then you get up to this age, it's like okay, who's offering food? That's what I'm gonna go to. Yeah, the chick was offering some food. I said, all right, well, let me go hang out over here. I get over there. I walk in the door, smell good too. Okay. Yeah, boy, I can't wait for this, food gone. And I'm like, where the food at? She said she fed her kids. And I was so disrespected because that's what you invited me over here for. Forget your coochie. You invited me over here for a meal. You knew you had your kids. You knew you had to feed your kids. So don't say, come in, you come on get a plate. Well, I didn't know they was gonna eat that much. So now I'm over there getting on her parenting and saying why you overfeeding your kids because I'm hungry.
She could have wrapped you up a plate.
Put a little bowl, something, and it wasn't even nothing crazy. It was just like something simple, like probably like some spaghetti or something. Nothing extravagant.
Damn, girl, I ain't got no McDonald's money. That's why I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can use that gas money for the 4 for 4. Yeah. I was hot. Well, let me make it up to you. Nah, unless you're gonna fill my belly, you ain't about to make nothing up to me right now. So I said, so what you got in there to cook now? Well, everything is frozen. Well, put it under hot water. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I think that's probably like the worst because
snacks. Give me these goddamn Cheetos.
Yeah. I ain't
got no sides in here.
Yeah, I'm just looking. It's just condiments, like leftovers from like 2 weeks. It's just dried and crusted out. I'm now so I tell everybody, don't accept anything when things is going good that you wouldn't accept when things is going bad.
Okay.
So no, because normally when the shit is hitting the fan, people just start magnifying anything. Like, right. and another thing. That's why I start doing up in there. Like, you don't even sweep your floor. You got a stain on one of your cushions. Ooh. Your blinds is missing a couple. I'm just upset.
Like, what clothes you just wore these clothes? You didn't put them in the basket.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? Like, dirty dishes. I was like, I don't even know why I'm here. So yeah. I was
there for the meal.
That's why you was here.
You know what I'm saying? It was not a damn meal, and they just in there sleeping too, boy. I want to shake
Which
some
one
kids
had
you know what I'm saying? Quick ass stuff, motherfucker. Sleeping like y'all go to work in the morning. Y'all ain't got no job.
Your belly full? Wake your ass up.
I don't need this.
I want to just hop on that game and delete they save game.
That sounds like some shit you would do too.
My 2K.
Yeah, that my player out of here.
Oh shit, man. Dumb. This dude here, man.
That's right.
How about you? What's one of the things somebody did to you that you're willing to share? Because
I would say I was when I was in college, I was dealing with this married woman. Okay. I did know she was married. I did know. But the thing is, she kind of lied, but told me the truth. Like she said she was married and her husband is never at home. That's what she told me.
So she spent it on you.
She spent it on me. Right. So I'm like, all right, I'm in college. I mean, shit, I'm young. I'm full of myself. You know what I'm saying? So me and her was messing with each other for about 2-3 months, and I never seen the guy ever. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So one night I go over there, I'm in there, and we do our thing or whatever, and all of a sudden I hear keys. All right. So I wake her up. I'm like, hey, somebody in here. So she said, what? I'm like, I just heard some keys. So she's like, oh fuck, that's my husband, right? So she gave me all my shit. I had to jump out the second floor window, right? I almost said, fuck that shit. I'm walking downstairs, cause my thing was you told me he ain't never here, right? So all right,
Right.
whatever. So I ain't gonna. I'm trying to be a good person, so I jump out the window and whatnot.
Wait a minute.
Hey, I jump out the window because it wasn't that.
That man ain't trying to be a good person.
Yeah, try to be a good person because I get it.
Knowing that she married.
Because if I was married and I came home and I walked in the house, I'm about to be like Ron Isaac. I'm about to pull that motherfucker out the
Yeah, we got the force that came, baby.
Hey, in my home.
I'm trying to be a good person.
Wait a minute, say no, bitch. But no, but seriously though. So when I jumped out, when I say second floor, it wasn't like an apartment; it was a house, and it wasn't that high up. And the way the house was, the window, the back porch was right under the window, so they had like a
covering.
Yeah, a covering on it. So I jumped on the cover and then jumped off. Right. So he must have heard me jump on the covering because all I heard was, "What the fuck going on?" So I took off running to my crib.
Right.
I get to the house. I want to say 2 hours later at my apartment building. Boom, 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 boom. Knock on my motherfucking door. I thought I was in the clear. So my homeboy, who was staying with me at the time, opened the fucking door. So the dude come in like, "Where the fuck that nigga at?" Such. I walk out. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, you was at the house with my wife, and my wife told me that you came over there to come." She told him that I was coming over there to eat dinner because she was feeding the team. And when the team left, I took it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I ended up jumping out the window because I didn't want to get caught. And I told her she better not say nothing or I'll be back. Right. So me being me, I'm like, "Oh, hell no." I said, "That ain't what happened." I started telling everything, motherfucker. Look, hey, listen, fuck tonight. I've been fucking your wife since this day, this day, this day, this day, this day, this day. I said, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but she ain't gonna lie on me either. And I told dude, I said, yes, I did know that she was married. But no, because I'm me.
Right. We
know
handle stuff a little bit differently.
Yeah, we handle stuff differently. I said, I did know she was married, but she told me that you were never at home and that you was overseas working. So I figured if I do what I do, by the time you get back, I'm gone anyway. Because you know what I mean? It's 5 months in school. I'm out. I'm gone. So you would have never known. And then she said, he was like, "Yeah, but she said that." I'm like, "Listen to me. I was at your house. I heard the keys. I told her that I heard keys. She threw me my shit and told me to go out the window. And I told him I was going to walk downstairs like a man and talk to you. But she told me to jump out the window. And that's what made me jump out the window." That nigga left. When he left, and on the way out, he kind of like pulled his shirt up to show me that he had his gun and said, "I was going to kill you, nigga," and walked off. Like,
yeah, he had to put the show unless you're gonna use it.
Hey, listen, first of all, let me tell you something.
He was trying to.
He had the gun. He had the gun. Okay, I was in the wrong.
Right.
And what you want me to do? I'm supposed to get rowdy now? No, bro. I did apologize and told him like I did. I told him I'm sorry for what I've done, but I did know what I was doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wasn't supposed to get caught. Me. I told him. I said I ain't gonna say I didn't care. I said I don't know what your wife had going on. It's none of my business. But for me, I knew what I was doing as a man, and I respect that, and I take the responsibility. But that ain't what happened.
No,
and,
right.
I still would have hit you. But
I mean, okay. And guess what? hey, Dre. And if he hadn't hit me, I would have had to take that punch, bro. Like,
that's all it was. Because like I'll be listening. I'm like, yeah, man, okay, I understand what he's saying. He said, but I did know you was married. Yep, right then and there.
Hey,
but I
would have let it slide because it was like one of them.
Because I knew. I got myself in too.
Better than me because the minute he hit me, if Duran there. And that nigga don't jump, we go jump him. Right now. If that don't happen, you get out my house with him, dog.
We talked about that. I was like,
we get out my house with him, dog.
We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I respect that though. I probably would have stolen on you. I probably would have hit you more. I wouldn't have beat you up. I would have hit you more than once though.
I will say, he wasn't the type of guy where I was like afraid of or nothing like that. I know for a fact I could have beat his ass. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because he was, I want to say he was like 5'10", 5'11". I'm 6'7", so it's like, you know, yeah, I had a gun on me too, or I would think about punching me too, you know. But the thing is, if he had hit me, I would have had to just suck that one up, bro. Like, all right,
you're getting it wrong.
Yeah, so
because I don't think nothing sucks more than find out your woman stepping out on you, you go confront him and he beat your ass.
Oh, that's worse. Now you got she about to get messed up for real. When
Yeah, like whatever he do to me, I'm gonna do to you when I get home. Everybody,
you get home and be like, I see why you slept with
that I didn't mention though. I should have mentioned that he was loud and rowdy and shit before he saw me. As soon as he saw me, he calmed down and said, "Hey, your name." You battle? I'm like, yeah. He said, "Hey man, let me talk to you for a second."
Yeah, man.
He's over there. You ain't can see you. Back up.
Hey, let me talk to you for a second. Come here.
But yeah, man. So, yeah,
if he want to hold me back, you know what I was gonna do.
If I didn't think you could stop bullets, I'd shoot you.
Hey, listen. But no, that was probably one of my worst things that ever happened to me, is to be lied on, to say that I took some shit and almost died over some shit that I didn't do.
Yeah, I hate being lied on.
But that's crazy. Yeah. So again, that's just proving what I said when I was like, I think women are worse than men, because why you was in the wrong too. It wasn't. It took two people to do that. It was not just you. You didn't even come egging that on. She came to you. She told you, but she told you in a way where you would.
That I was okay with it. Yeah, right. I was like, all right, well, he ain't never home. All right, cool. But if she had told me that he was there every day and shit like that, I wouldn't have never did it, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Like,
I wouldn't have never
crazy. It's crazy way. Yeah. But nah, I was what I was saying with him is, if anything that happened with him, me and him been friends forever. I don't even consider that a friend. That's you. This is that something
brotherly love, bro. It's that like, brotherly love.
You do anything to him, he might not crash out. I'ma crash out. Can't do that. So if he would have came, somebody come over here to this residence doing that, I'm stomping dude out like a dude from Boys in the Hood. Hey, he was looking for bad dog. He was looking, what's his name? He was looking for old dude, the dark skinned one.
No, don't be a Memphis South Central.
Yeah, he's like, you got my sister pregnant. He's like, so?
Yes, so
that's me. Don't walk up on my boy like that.
So?
Yeah, that was Mr. Society. He said, "Hey man, you up there putting your hands on my whatever? Yeah, you got my little sister pregnant." My man said, "Boy, that's them little niggas, because they was like what, 15?
Yeah, boy,
they was like 15, 6. Lorenz Tate. Oh man,
that was a great movie, by the way.
I didn't even sleep.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah,
it's about him. Like, how I ain't even sleep with him.
Stomp her out. Yeah,
man,
I got
that's all bad. But yeah, that's why I be wanting females to come on the show, because we need to get the second dynamic to see what they got to say for themselves. Because I'm like, nah, boy, if I almost became Batman off of the way that I've been treated by people. I'll be jumping off the roof, whooping ass. Like, oh man, don't do that to me.
Oh,
you could have picked anybody, but you chose me. It's up to me to deliver justice now.
So let me ask this:
What's up?
Do y'all feel like if y'all with a woman and she cheat on y'all can recover from that?
Yes.
I
can.
So when they be like, what you don't know don't hurt you.
Yeah.
If my wife cheat on me, that's a burden she just gonna have to take to the grave with her. Don't you tell me, because I ain't gonna be able to look at it the same. I just won't, because it's always gonna be in the back of my head. Like, I can forgive her, I can move past it, but I ain't gonna forget. Like, it's always gonna be in the back of my head. And if you ever do something that's out of the ordinary, I'm just gonna automatically go there. I'm like, damn, boy,
trust gone.
She with that nigga Chris again.
Hey, but do it matter if it's physical or emotional?
I'll take emotional over physical, because if my woman let another man penetrate her, she beneath me.
Penetrate.
She beneath me. like now she over here like on the phone all day, but ain't never like met up with him. Just over here just telling her, like basically like a shoulder to lean on, just like he just there.
Yeah, but then you get that phone, and she go to the bathroom one day and leave her phone out, and you start seeing her saying, like, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you."
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
mean to tell me that's better than being physically cheated on?
yeah, because I get because like mentally to me, it just I'd rather my woman say she love you to a dude than versus she let another man penetrate her ass. It's just that simple. Cause I can get over the I love you, like okay, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like let's just say randomly he just get T-boned, he died. Yeah, you can't say you love him no more. You can't say it back. But if he got up in that thing, he still got up in that thing. He gone, but he still got like Tupac with Jada. Why you think Jada Pinkett act like she do?
You gotta play. You gotta play.
Go for how many years?
Because she loved Tupac. That's why.
And you know why she
love
loved
don't
him?
go away.
Because his bald headed ass slipped up in there. And then what he did, he touched a part and heard that Will been trying for the last. I don't know how many blockbuster movies he done put out. Just not good enough. Men in Black, Independence Day.
Touch me on the
inside. Ali, Robot.
Are you naming all the man movies, bro?
7 pounds. I am legend.
The one with Harley Quinn.
The happiness right now.
That's what it is. Pursuit.
Emancipation.
Man, boy.
He's trying to find. Will Smith is still trying to find the juice.
That boy is a champion.
That Tupac had.
I could never.
Yeah.
He's not gonna find the juice. The juice left with Tupac when he left. Bro.
Yeah, dried on up, didn't it?
Yeah, that's mold.
Yeah, I've seen it came through.
Right. She was at that Diddy party too, when he was like, "Green lights."
August Alsina came through.
What about you, Battle? What you got? What you got?
Oh man,
because you said yeah. So
I'll say yes. I will be able to, and I'm gonna try to say it short and sweet because I wasn't shit. You know, like.
I'm sorry.
No. That's.
Let me get myself.
No bullshit, bro. That's as short and sweet I can make it. I wasn't shit, bro. Like,
all right.
I've done some shit that I'm not proud of.
Right.
And there's some shit that happened to me too. But I'm cut different as well. Like, I'm one of them guys that have I been cheated on? Absolutely. But I was one of them guys that I got cheated on and I'd be so calm. Because in my mind, I'd be thinking, I owe you one, bitch. Like, you know.
He's a good Will.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to get my lick back.
That's it. That's me. You know, like, oh, okay, you went on a date with this nigga and you gave him some pussy. All right. Well,
that's a double whammy.
I'll see you later. I'll see you tonight while y'all work.
She paid for the date.
Would you rather her just give it to him or go on the date first? Like, make him pay for something.
Yeah, at least I know it wasn't just like you ain't just give it up. At least I know he paid. He did something. He had to work for it. At least.
Oh no, he just sauteed that thing.
Yeah, what did she pay for the date?
Either way, this is how I look at it. Well, as long as it ain't my money, she can pay. Better not be my money. That's all I'm saying. But again, like the type of person I am, and I've been through so much when it comes to women and relationships that I don't put shit past nobody. Like, and I know it's a fucked up way to think. So when and if and it did happen, that when I saw it, I wasn't surprised. I was more like, okay, they give me the open door to do what I want to do now. I know it sounds fucked up, but it's so true, bro. Like one of my friends asked me, they were like, man, how you still with your chick when you found out that she was fucking with this person? Because now I found out she was fucking with that person. I went and found out about that person, and now I'm fucking with his person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was just the shit that I did. So if I didn't get his person, I got somebody around in his circle. I fucked
That's
one
a level of petty that
it is. But that's
dedication.
That's a hell of a level.
It is fucked up, but that's how my brain think, bro. Like,
that shit.
Okay, The only way I left, like all my females I've had in my life that I was in a relationship with, I left them not because of them cheating. I left them all because of financial problems. I know it sounds crazy. I rather you can give the pussy away, but my motherfucking electricity bill better be paid today, bitch, because I want to be able to see when I walk in the house. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that was me. You see what I'm saying?
You better have that food in the
You
refrigerator.
know what I'm saying?
What you mean you fed all them kids and I ain't got no food?
Yeah, take care of home first.
Right. That was me. Take care of home first. You do what you do. Now, I'm not saying just do it and I'm okay with it. What
Right.
I'm saying is, if I caught you, I'm not about to be in the house like, bitch, you did this and did this, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna be just as polite as I am today. I'm gonna be like, okay, I saw this in your phone, but I'm just gonna go ahead and hand this to you. I'll be back tomorrow. That's me, right? But just to know when I leave tonight and when I come back tomorrow, there's a plan. Like my plan is I'm gonna get back at you. And when I do, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next month, it may not even be next year. Hey, it might be on my deathbed, but I'm gonna get you. You see what I'm saying? That's just, and I know it's petty, but that's just me. And that's why I say I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I ain't shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're not petty, bro. That you just proved my point.
That's human nature.
When it happened, he turned into Batman. I told you.
Yeah,
The
Dark Knight.
I'm going to hang out with Serena. Y'all gonna end up at his family reunion because she gonna go with him to the family reunion. You gonna show up with his sister. Be like, what you doing here? What the hell you doing here?
I've been compromised.
So this
Hey, yo, Alfred, send my back.
Hey, DeAndre, I'm with your sister. Like,
Oh,
dude,
good
petty.
I don't know what it is that make us want to get like that, but I feel like every man got to hear that same voice that make you want to do that.
She played a draw 2, he played a draw 4.
Hey, but it's crazy because I'm pretty sure all of us on here can recall a situation where you was talking to a girl and then her friend was trying to press you behind her back, but she never told her. She never found out, but she swore that was her day one, everything, and she just on your. I'm talking about on your bumper. She trying to catch you slipping, nipple slips and all that. She knowing the most.
Yep, on purpose, goddamn.
Right, and you just like, why is you doing all this for what? I'm with your friend. Like we been rocking, we doing good, whatever, and you just over here just trying me. Then when I do something, now it's my fault.
Yeah, like what?
What?
I ain't never got no play like that.
He saying that.
That's the YN play. That ain't the Unk play.
Yeah, that ain't happened in my elder years. That happened when I was younger.
You might be a little out that age range real quick.
Look how you smile. He ain't like that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm in the ungroup.
It's all right, bro. But getting older is a blessing. Don't let nobody tell you that.
I swear to God.
Yeah,
People out here dying left and right. I'm glad I'm still walking on this side, man.
You ain't lying, boy, because I don't know how many people that was in my graduating class that's already gone.
For nothing.
All right.
Y'all ain't even
think about that.
Old enough.
Speaking of dying, that brings me to my next question. No, I'm just
Damn. What the last time a loved one went?
Bro, did you see me out there? He was like,
wait a minute.
That's a bad segue.
That is a bad segue. But nah, I feel that though. We have a lot of conversations and we ask questions about relationships.
Hold on, before we jump right in real quick. So, Battle, you said the physical. So you are you saying physical cheating is not as bad as emotional cheating, or is there one that's worse than for you?
No, the physical cheating not as bad as emotional cheating. For me, emotional cheating, if you cheat on me emotionally, you attach to that person forever. Like that's just me. Physically, you sit down and you lay with somebody, okay, the moment, right? I've had moments, but there's been people that I've been emotionally attached to, like, you know what I mean? Like one of those, it could be 15 years from now. If that person reach out to me, I might get excited and say, hey, you know what I mean? Because I'm attached to that person emotionally.
Yeah.
that can last for years. Physically, I could if I sleep with a woman, and I can forget what that felt like 3 months later. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 3 minutes later.
That's what I'm saying. But if I'm emotionally attached to the person, I'll never forget who that person is. You see what I'm saying? So that's
yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So yeah.
What about you, Neandre?
About
He said physical's worse.
I think he said physical.
Yeah,
I guess I'm the only one who didn't answer that, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm
It's physical for me too, bro. That's boy, I just keep crashing out in my mind about it. Boy, I just
I'm playing all types of scenarios in my head.
All right, I know what I do, and I'm now seeing somebody else do that to you every time you walk in the room, and I can't, and then I'm just like, oh no. That's what I saw somebody they was trolling, they sending it to people. They was like, just remember, if your girl cheated on you when it slipped out, she put it back in.
You know what I'm saying?
That made me sick. I was like, I didn't experience that. I got sick. I was like, ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I seen one where it said, yeah, it was like that, but they said remember because they kept it going. They just kept adding something else onto that picture, and they said she got tongue tapped, and I was like, tongue tapped. And I was like, oh, damn. Because I went to my bookmark I was telling you about earlier, and I was like, all right, what's up with tongue tap?
No.
That was a very emotional session. I can tell you that right there.
I'll be real with you. Like, it might be strange, but if I ever see that somebody says some shit like that, in my head, I'm like, well, I might as well go finish it up. And I mean, physically, if you was in it and I start picturing how somebody else did you, I'm gonna do it too, so I can start picturing me doing it. That's just me. Like I don't know.
I go limp.
That me trying to be thug and be like you. I was gonna cry. I'm my back in where shut up.
It's like a racing game, you know when you like on any racing game, you set a time and then we do it again. You see that ghost on the track. He see the ghost. He's just trying to follow his move. Like, okay. He's like, what are you doing next?
Hey, dog, slow down real quick. Like, I can't keep this.
Can't do it.
Then when I mess up, I'm like, hold on, restart.
Yeah, but
I saved my game. Hold on. At the 80-second pump, I saved it.
I gotta change the settings on this thing.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Like the filthiness I do, I'm just like, oh my god.
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm just too emotional. I ain't wrong with that. I'm too
emotional. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I own it. You can't even come in my house.
I wish I was more. To be honest, I wish I was more of an emotional man or be able to talk more. I'm not able to talk, like, what I mean by that, like when there's something bothering me, especially in a relationship, I have a hard time telling my lady, like, hey, this is what's bothering me. Like she'll ask me what's wrong. I'm like, nothing, I got it. Even though damn well I want to tell her, but I can't tell her. I just don't know how to get it out. You know what I mean?
Are you afraid how she gonna take it?
No, I'm more not how she'll take it, but more like how she will look at me. If you know what I mean, like I don't want to be looked at not
like you soft.
Yeah, bro, I hate that with a passion.
Yeah, well, what they call you? That vulnerable. You don't want to look vulnerable to.
Yeah, I don't want to look too vulnerable. Like you know what, baby, you know.
So the key to not looking vulnerable when you open up to a woman is if she ever try, you just punch her. Hey,
domestic violence. DV, baby.
What's wrong with you?
I'm saying,
what's wrong with you?
You ain't got to tell your particular headbutt like the Ocho Cinco. Just quick headbutt real quick. Just let her know. Hey, who's still in control here?
Hey, he just said when you feel that tear start to well up, just
he got a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm like, about that blah blah. Me. Right.
No, dog. I just can't. I don't know. I just never been able to open up like that to just shit. Not just people in general. That's with anybody. But it's weird because before my brother passed and before my mom passed, those were the only two people I was able to talk to and speak and get out how I felt. And then when they passed, it was like they won't look at me how they looked at me, if that makes sense. Like, I'll tell my brother, like, oh, man, this is going on, such. My brother had a way of motivating me to push forward. And there's be little shit like, man, shut your bitch ass up and go do what you got to do. Like, even though it sounds crazy, but I needed
I
that
get
at the
it.
moment.
That was your relationship.
Yeah, that was our relationship. So I needed it at that moment for him to tell me I'm being a bitch, keep going, and you'll be all right. Because in my mind, he's been through the stuff that I've been through. So if he made it, I'm going to make it. So that's how I used to look at stuff. And then my mom, oh, baby boy, you know, I've taught you to do this. And, you know, they explain it in a different way. But if I tell my girl, oh, this is going on, she's not able to break that barrier that I have of a wall to get me to keep going. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just do it myself.
You know, I attribute that to how they was raised. Like, cause like your brother and your mom, they know you. They've seen how you were raised. They've been through a lot of what you've been through.
Right.
So they can understand it a little bit more. But it's harder to get that from somebody who hasn't been through what you've been through.
And that's
like,
exactly
explain like how your mindset is to somebody who grew up more privileged or less privileged than you. Because if they were more privileged and they had more, then they don't understand why that impacts you the way that it does.
That makes sense.
If they had less, then they have that mindset of like, man, you whining over this? Like, I had less than what you did. So that empathy ain't there either.
And you know what's crazy? Now that you say that, that's what me and my lady go through right now. So she was more privileged than I was.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, that makes sense, because it's like, that's why I don't talk to her. I'll be like, shit.
You don't know where I'm coming from.
And that's the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know I need to look at it different, but I don't know how to dig within myself, pause, and change that to try to understand. Shut up, Dre. And try to understand and try to understand where she come from too, because I want to understand where she come from as well, because I'm trying to learn. So
right.
Like I want to say a couple of days ago, we had a debate about where we live.
Right.
Okay. Now where we live is really nice. Like
very nice.
Shut up, Dre.
Give us the address so we know.
We take perfect job.
He gonna say very nice. Shut up, Dre.
Nice. Got your mask now.
But to her, it's not enough. You know
right.
what I mean? But it's what she say?
She said, "Is it difficult being vulnerable with others because it's hard being vulnerable with yourself?" We'll answer that after you.
Okay.
Explain.
So with her, it's more. She didn't struggle the way I did. So for me, where I stay, I'm happy. I'm good.
Right.
I'm not sleeping on the floor. I don't have just a sheet to sleep on and under. Right. I got a bed. I got a kitchen I can cook in. My lights is on. My grass is green. My driveway long. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm happy where I'm at. But she'd be like, well, we need more because we got a big family, which we do with her and I together. Our family big, but it's just me and her here. My kids come in the summer. Her kids come when they're out of school to visit. So I don't need too much more. We have this. When they leave, now it's us again. So why would I buy more? Do that make sense?
Yeah. That's dude logic, though.
Yeah, that is true. So that's what I go through.
Yeah.
I mean, but all right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate here. I think what she's looking at is trying to make sure that the family has something even when y'all gone, right? And that's what I see a lot with like my wife too, where she's looking at like, I want this house so that even when we gone, they can still come together and have space and be able to do whatever, because this now belongs to the family.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
But I will say this, like when me and my wife moved to where we're at now, like I like this house now. I hated it the first year we was in it.
Okay.
Hated it.
Is there a reason?
Because mentally I wasn't ready to leave it. Like I felt like we worked for this last house. We put work into it. We lived there. We raised our kids there. And I was comfortable there.
Okay.
And this is coming from, we never owned a house. Like nobody in my family owned a house.
Okay.
So we bought a house. We were kids when we bought this house. So the fact that we bought it, we had it, like I'm like, man, this is ours. And now she's like, oh, I want to sell it and move here. And I'm just like, all right, like I'm doing this because I love you, but I did not like this house at all. Now I like it.
Do you like this house just as much, less, or more than the last one you were in?
The other one's gonna have more sentimental value to me, just because that's like I raised my daughters there from birth.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay. So that was their first home. That was my first home.
Christmas.
We scratched and clawed for that. I was 21 when I bought the house.
21.
And we scratched together whatever little money we had, paid bills. We went through it. So yeah, that one's gonna have more sentimental value, but this one, I think, as we get older, it will.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
but Chrissy said, "Is it difficult being vulnerable with others because it's hard being vulnerable with yourself?"
Who's gonna answer that first?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
No, you're talking too much. Shut up.
young man, go ahead.
I didn't say I was answering. DeAndre answered the question. No, I was kidding.
Well, I'm always vulnerable with myself. I walk around the house naked. When the kid's not here.
He be like, touch it, bring it, baby.
Hey, I ride a motorcycle. At any moment, I can die. I'm always vulnerable with myself. To me, it's only difficult being vulnerable with people if they showed me in the past that they could abuse it.
Yeah,
and that's the only way. I'm like, all right.
Bring up the next one.
Even though you may have changed, this was make it difficult now. Like you may not be that person from back when you did it, but it's still, I'm gonna be hesitant to try to open up to you about said thing due to how you reacted last time.
Got you. So she elaborated and she said emotionally, since you was talking about motorcycles and dying.
Oh.
So you did answer it on the second part, though.
Just showing he's vulnerable in his whole life.
Oh, okay. Well, emotionally, nah.
No, I think. Go ahead.
Like me, nah, because I tend to be transparent. So it ain't hard for me. I ain't one of them dudes like, oh man, I love her, but I ain't about to say I love her. Like I ain't one of them dudes. Like
that's me for sure.
That's
man, man, go upstairs and tell that woman you love her, man.
I would be 100 with you. That's me for sure. Like
she gotta say it first.
I swear to God.
Now I say I love you when I don't love you.
That's stupid.
That is stupid. The way he said it like that was your pop.
That's dumb.
It's stupid.
It sounded good. Like I'll be like, because in my head, like this is a perfect
habitual line.
I love you.
It's like the perfect time to say it. I love you.
She like, I ain't got no kids. She be like, damn, this man good.
Hey, I'm honestly tell you to answer her question, man, because I'm not vulnerable with myself. So yes, it does. It makes it harder for me. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, shit, if I can't do it myself, how the fuck you gonna do it for me too? You see what I'm saying? So it's definitely harder. That's just my opinion. And again, I'm one of them guys that everybody is different,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's harder for me to be vulnerable because I'm not able to be vulnerable with myself. Like he talk about riding motorcycles. I ride motorcycles too. That don't make me vulnerable, asshole. It make me it make me a thrill seeker for sure.
It make you a liability.
You got the fast one, or you got the one that the old heads got with the music we play?
No, I ain't that old. So I'm in between. I got the crotch rocket, the fast one, but I got music on it too. You see what I'm saying?
I was about to say you got the Yokohama.
I got a booster, but I custom made it and put a system on it.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
So I'm flying down the highway, but you can barely hear my music because you won't hear it because I'm going so fast. And then when I'm riding with this dude right here, I might as well just cut the music off because he don't know anything under 120 for some reason.
Hey, he all right.
I do the speed limit.
Yeah.
You double the speed limit, fool.
I
But-
knew that was him that Zoom passes us.
Man, one day I'm gonna tap his wheel.
Let's stick up in there. Just-
Oh shoot, but yeah.
Now I'm gonna answer a question, Nick. I think so. Here's the thing. I think it's easy to be vulnerable with myself because I already know my flaws. I know who I am. I think it's harder being vulnerable with others because I don't want them to judge me off of that. It's a pride thing for me.
okay.
Like my pride don't allow me to open that side up because when you start to judge me, it hurts more than me judging myself. Like I'm already hard enough on myself. Like
Right.
you need to fix this, you need to work on this.
Right.
But when somebody else does it, it's like, damn, you digging that knife a little bit deeper, especially if it's the woman that I'm supposed to be like taking care of. So like as you say, like it's harder for me to open up. For me, like me and my wife, it was harder for me to open up to my wife because I didn't want her to see those flaws in me or focus on those flaws in me.
That makes sense.
That's not now, but at
I know
a
what you meant.
when it
Like
was.
at the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I would hope it wouldn't be now. How long you been married?
A long time.
Forever.
Shit.
15, 20.
I'm gonna lay out all the vulnerabilities. I know I say it.
Yeah. And I do it the day after you get married too.
Even being married, 14 years now, there's still some things that I find hard to talk about because of pride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right. If I'm supposed to be doing something and I know I forgot about it and she bring it up and I'm just like, man, like, why didn't you do this? That's when you start being like, dang, man, you start getting up. And I find myself like getting an attitude and she think it's with her, but I'm just like, you calling me out on something that I knew I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the only way that's out of it is like me being upset, but I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at the fact that I didn't do what I was supposed
That
to.
makes sense.
So. Duran?
Me, I'm vulnerable with myself all the time. I mean, I pick and choose when I want to be vulnerable with other people, though. I do definitely think that that is one of the things that contributes to you being vulnerable with somebody is being vulnerable with yourself. But on the same token, it's all about trust and just knowing, because people play with you. They play with your emotions. They play with your feelings. And the way I feel about myself, or the way I think, like I said, I'm gonna suplex you if I feel like you disrespecting me. My feelings is hurt. That's just what it is. Like straight up. I feel like I'm vulnerable with my wife. Now, if we ask her, we had to see what she say. If my feelings hurt, I'm gonna tell you because you need to know. Because if you your feelings hurt, you're gonna tell me. So why can't I have no feelings? I'm like, growing up, men are just taught, or we just learn how to just be tough all the time.
Yeah, just deal with
As
it.
I've gotten older, for me, I learned that's a lie, because there's certain stuff that hurt too much, and if I hold on to it, it's gonna change my perspective. And then I have sons, so do I want to teach my sons how to be like that? Because then they gonna grow up feeling like the world owed them something. The world don't owe you nothing. Nobody don't owe you no loyalties. Nobody don't got to give you nothing. Ain't nothing free. Nobody ain't entitled to love you. So I don't want that being passed on to my kids and them seeing that in me. So I just got to check myself when I get there. So I try to be vocal about my feelings. Now, I do believe it's such thing as crying or being too vulnerable. Like every single time you got a problem, because, at some point, we got to be that provider or be that person that's doing what we need to do for our family. We need to be everything at once.
My boy said, forget your essay.
I think
his
think
phone probably died.
Yeah, he came back.
Nah, you on PC though, so ain't no dying.
He said, forget
No. It didn't die.
that was too long-winded.
No. So what I tried to do was
Turn the camera off.
A pop-up came on the wrong screen and I clicked it and I pressed the wrong X on it.
Oh, that's that old head. That old
Hey, I told you. I'm learning how to do this shit, man.
Thanks for jumping in, Chrissy. We appreciate the questions.
But now
when the last time y'all cried?
Who?
Today? Today.
I cried. I was about to start crying looking at some of my family videos.
I cried today because I was hungry and I couldn't eat until.
See, I told you it ain't just me. It
I
ain't just me. It's about the food.
I cried and just cried over something.
No, I ain't cried. No, the last time I cried for real was when my brother passed away. That was about 4 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
What about you, DeAndre? Because I got a question after that.
I think the last time I like at least just teary eyed, or you gotta be full out bawling.
Like emotional
cry.
Emotional cry.
Often cry.
Yeah, two tears. Same out both
cry. It's probably like you're looking at videos, like old videos when the kids are smaller, something like that. Cause I got a video with like the two oldest, and like it was like a little Zootopia, little flipping, but like just watching that, and then it's like the music, just pull on your heartstrings. I'm like, okay. At least they know their dad.
Mm-hmm.
At least they know their dad. I don't know if they moms or not, but at least they know me. At some point, I'm just invested. Like, hey, man, those your kids, they look like you. Yeah, that may be so, but I don't know 100%. But hey, I'm invested, so if they not. Hey, they are now.
At least until the DNA results come back.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gone. Put a restraining order on now.
What about you?
It would have been 2020. 2020. I had a friend who passed away from suicide.
Oh, sorry, bro.
It's all good. I mean, it ain't all good, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, but
yeah.
Like I blame myself a lot for that.
Can I ask why though?
I did nothing because I saw the signs. But because we were going through COVID and the lockdown and everything, he was asking me to come hang out, come by there. And I was like, oh man, as soon as we get out the lockdown, we're going to get together. I talked to him every night, text him throughout the day, make sure he was good. And then one day he just didn't respond. And then found out he was going through it, man. Wife divorced him, took his kid.
That'd do it.
Stopped paying bills at the house. And so he had to sell his house. So he pretty much was losing everything. And felt like that was his only way out. So
I ain't gonna lie, that type of stuff, bro. When I hear that type of story, like not only do it make me mad, I don't mean to go to a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
But when a man kill himself because of a woman taking everything, it kind of like touches home with me because my father kind of went through the same thing, but he didn't kill himself. He just gave up on life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like basically killing himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you saying that, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm about to cry now, nigga. I ain't gonna do it though. I'm about to suck these tears up.
I damn sure gonna screenshot it.
Shut up, fool. But no, because that subject is just, it's not about the situation. It's not about what happened. It's the whole situation for him.
Right, it's real.
And it's the relatability that it could happen to any one of us at any time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how will we handle it?
That's how much pressure men be under.
Right. And go ahead.
And people don't understand that. They don't understand what we really got going on. So that's why I say it's important to be emotional, because you got to let it out somehow. Because you're going to crash and burn, and then you ain't going to know what to do with all of it.
Yep.
You know what to do when you feel like you got it together, but when you in shambles, carrying that same weight ain't the same. That's a whole nother level of defeat, pressure, heartache. That's something that literally hurt your heart. Yeah. You don't know what to do with it. I don't feel like nobody can pick you up from that.
See, for me, it's harder. It hit harder too, because I literally went to my wife and I was like, "Hey, I think he might try to do something to himself." And she was just like, "Just keep talking to him, check in on him, make sure he's good. Like when the lockdown is over and everything's cool, then we'll start getting together and all of that." Like he came to my job, we had lunch, masked up, did whatever, had lunch together, and that was like 2 days before everything happened. And I should have known because he was like, "Oh man, I bought you this bottle of Crown because I know that's your favorite." And I was like, "Cool." And then he's like, "Yeah, if you want anything else, I'll bring it to you. Just let me know." And I'm like, he was giving away his belongings,
Right?
Whatever money he had, he's giving away. And I'm just like, I'm seeing all the signs. I'm telling her, and then when it happened, I'm just like, that's why it hit so much harder because I'm like, I saw it and I felt like I should have done more. But at the time, I didn't know what to do. Now I feel like it's a lot easier for me to just ask somebody like, "Are you planning on committing suicide? Like, are you trying to kill yourself?"
Right.
But I mean, 4 years ago, before like going through COVID or before COVID, like nobody really, like I didn't think to ask that.
Right. I don't think no man would really think to ask their friend how they think about offering themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Even if the signs are there, because you don't think, you're like, that's my friend. I don't think he'll do no crazy crap like that. Even though the signs are there, I don't think, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, he crazy, but he ain't that crazy. Type of thing. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think most dudes, talk about it, because how women, they'll like sometimes they'll do it for attention, or at least they'll do it to be like a cry help. They'll like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. They'll say it like, man, if we gonna do it, we just gonna do it.
Right.
See, but that's the thing, because like from what I've learned too, if you ask somebody who truly is gonna do it, they'll tell you they're gonna do it. 9 times out of 10, if you ask them like, "Man, are you thinking about killing yourself?" They'll say, "Yeah."
Now I'm like, nigga, you tripping.
That's crazy. I didn't mean to get off onto that subject though, because I know.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I mean,
that's
it
what we
kind of
do.
leads more into what Chrissy's looking at too. Look, and we try to tell people we are open books, so like
it might be
there's
hard for
very
them to
few
see.
questions.
No, I see it.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, it's very few questions that like we probably won't answer. Mostly out of respect for our family, but
for sure.
This type of stuff, yeah. She says there's a history of negative stigma that comes with therapy in the Black community. Do you think therapy helps?
Today, I say yeah. But if you asked me that when I was 22, I would have said no.
I think it just depends on the person. They gotta want help. Like you said, you can't help somebody who don't want to help themselves. Like, I never been to therapy, but I don't think I need therapy because I know exactly what the hell I'm doing wrong. It just, if I'm not ready to change, I'm just not ready to change it. But somebody telling me, hey, you should be doing this, or do you think this is detrimental? You think this is conducive? Like basically, it's like having a recipe to cook or something. I got the recipe, I just don't want to follow it.
So that's all Black people.
Yeah, so it's just to me. See, but a lot of people don't. They really don't know what they be doing wrong.
So, Chrissy, first off, I appreciate you asking this question because this is one of the things that I push a lot, right? Because my wife's a social worker, and for the longest time, I was like, therapy ain't for me, and it mostly stemmed from the fact that, like, when I thought of therapy, I thought of you had to have something wrong in your head. Like it was a mental issue that you need to go to a therapist for. But now I look at it as like you said, you got the instructions on how to make a meal. You're just not following them. Yeah. I look at it as you got all the ingredients. You just don't know how the hell to make this meal. And therapy helps you kind of like step by step,
right,
make the meal with what you have already. Right. So when I did therapy for about 3 years. And it helped me deal with stuff that I thought I dealt with back when I was like, I just locked it away. Cause that's what we were taught. Like, you a man, get over it, keep it moving, keep pushing, do what you're doing. And so a lot of stuff that, especially our generation, I feel like our generation had it fucked up, and we talked about it before, but like we lived through 9/11, we lived through COVID, we lived through bird flu, swine flu, like all of this stuff that happened. that people were dying. We saw people jumping out of buildings on live TV,
Boy,
9/11,
Man,
and then went back to school the next day.
like nothing ever happened.
ate pizza for lunch.
Right. So I feel like we never really got a chance to unpackage that. And then the fact that we grew up where we grew up, and we have so many classmates that we've lost, right? But then when you talk to Johnson County people, oh man, they probably had one or two who died in a car crash.
Yep.
Maybe gotten shot or something here or there.
Yeah.
We
maybe.
had more people die before we left high school that we grew up with in middle school, elementary school, than they did in their entire life right now.
I mean, just seeing people getting incarcerated. We had the homie get he didn't get out till we turned 26 because he made a mistake when we was freshmen over some pocket change.
Yeah,
crazy. Got slapped with a sentence like that. Like, bro, I didn't even know what like nobody wasn't even really like lighting up nothing or doing nothing then. Nobody went drinking. We were just kids, literally just kids, just getting into high school. And then it's like, dang, you was here yesterday. I just seen you.
yeah.
And you did something, you got in trouble.
Yeah.
And then it
And
was
he
on
didn't
the
even do
news.
it. He was with the guy who did it,
Like,
right?
yep.
So he
That's
was just
crazy.
charged as an accomplice.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know what you're talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Dang, it's like 25. I'm like, dang, I didn't even think I don't even think we think about getting older because I didn't even think about what I was gonna do when I turned 18.
But that's the thing, like it's so normal for us that we don't realize that it's not normal until you out of that.
Yep.
Like
Mhm.
like when you still in the and I say this, when you still in the hood, you still in that environment that you grew up in, everything is normal.
Yep.
It's normal to see crackheads on the street. It's normal to you know, have people breaking their houses and stealing copper pipes and you just know like, hey, make sure you keep a light on so they know people still live here. Like
Analytics, computers, all that.
it's normal to see niggas get whooped up at the court or shot at the court, and you just be like, hey, let me get away from here for copper.
Yeah.
But then when you go out to Johnson County or you go up to North Kansas City, and you like, damn, this don't happen like that.
It's not the same.
You realize
They were trying to fight him too. Well, they're like, come on, guys, not that serious. Come on, guys.
Since I've been coming over here, it's been quiet. I ain't heard not one gunshot.
you ain't got a gunshot, you ain't got a police siren, no ambulance, you don't hear any of
If
it.
the ambulance over here, Susie died.
And that first
She fell down the stairs.
that first year was so uncomfortable for me too. Like I didn't like this house because it's like, bro, this is quiet. Some don't feel right. Like you're not comfortable. You're out of that environment.
Yeah.
And when you finally get used to it, it's even more scary because it's like, I don't want to lose that. Like that. I don't want to get comfortable where that instinct drops away.
Yep.
And now I become prey.
Yep.
So I feel like that therapy side of things help you to unpackage it, but also like understand where you came from, but not lose that part from me.
Yep.
It makes sense. Definitely.
Cause I think coming up, you know, where we came up at, it really wasn't about thinking so far ahead because a lot of us didn't make it past a certain age.
Right.
So we was always just living in the moment, you know, just trying to make it through the day, through the school week, make it home and whatnot.
Boy.
And then you said, so once we get older and once we able to establish ourselves and move out of a certain area, that's when, like you was telling Walt, you know, have something to leave behind. Yeah, we wasn't thinking about leaving about something to leave behind when we was younger.
I mean, but it's written and when we look at a lot of our families, that's how it is. Like grandma didn't leave a house or leave nothing behind. Grandma had debt when she passed away, and mama ain't pay it. So now your mama and daddy doing the same thing, right? And a lot of times either we try to break out and we can't, or we do break out, but we feel like we're losing ourselves.
Yep. And then let's say you do break out and you're doing better for yourself and for your family. And when I say family, I mean immediate family, not
like your kids.
Yeah. So now your family that you grew up with, they looking at you up there like, okay, how come you don't come back over here? How come? Because you kind of distance yourself because you know what comes with being in that environment. And then, you know, now they start to probably maybe build some resentment or whatnot because you don't come around a family no more as often. Because I hear that too.
See,
Well, I got that going on right now.
true. And I come around still, but a lot of times I don't bring my kids around.
Mm.
And that's the difference. Because like my kids ain't grow up here. My mama stayed at one point. She stayed down in Fairfax.
Mm.
I took my kids down there one time to see her. And outside of that, I was like, Mama, you gotta come to our house.
Yep.
Like, why? I was like, this ain't the environment that they're used to. Like me, it's like a switch. When I get to where I'm like in the city, it switches, and I know, like, all right,
Be on a
I
swivel.
talk different, I walk different. That's just me, right? But then when I'm around Johnson County people, like I know, like it's the minute I say like nigga out there, they're gonna be looking like, what did he just say?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Oh my gosh. So like but I've learned to adapt to that portion of it. Like there's different sides of
Yeah,
it,
code
right?
switching. Yep.
Yeah, and there's that work mic, right? I call it Michael. There's Michael. Like when you get to work, like
How you doing, Michael?
them white people think, oh man, this guy has never had a hard day in his life.
Man, that's crazy. You gotta disarm yourself to be around people, and that's crazy to me.
But I told Duran they messed up once when they put me in. They gave me a job in KCK, and for like the first month, it was pulling at me like I was trying to be Michael. But this lady came in and she goes, "Why are you talking like that?"
Oh shit.
What do you mean? And she was like, you don't talk like that. And then it just fell out. And I was, yeah, you're right. I'm my bad. Like, I'm at work. I'll be forgetting. And then they put me back in Johnson County. And now I'm like, I'm trying to find that spot because code switching how I was don't feel right. It don't feel authentic no more.
Yeah, just be yourself. That's what I do. Cause like I said, the people around me, they all older anyway. So I just be being myself. Cause them old dudes, they come in. A lot of them dudes like 2 divorces, 3 divorces, or just don't like what they situation at home.
Right.
And they just, that's why they want to be at work all damn day. So they be looking at me, dang, DeAndre, boy, why you trying to get up out of here so quick? Man, I got a life outside of work. Y'all don't want, I don't know why y'all don't want to go home.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's one strike and it's out for me. If I get divorced ever, that's it.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. Because if I get married, I know I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it work. And if it don't work,
my man, when you lose your life in Mario and you can't trade it.
The minute if it ever gets to the divorce, you ain't gonna never hear me 2, 3, 4 divorces.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you the problem. Hold on, you the common denominator. Stop it.
Yeah, my boy out here causing mishap. Look at him next time, team.
Hey, like, AA is for quitters.
Like, bro, if you know you gonna dip out if something don't go your way one time, don't put a ring on it, bro. You just wasting money. You got money to be getting divorces, married and divorced. Well, you a demon, boy. That's a lot of bread.
You might as well go ahead and put it on my tombstone. The nigga that never got married, because it's not gonna happen.
Why not, Walt?
That is a good question.
You
Why not?
You don't want to get married, or have you ever been married? Is the question.
I've never, ever, won't ever, will ever, will never.
Because of what?
I got trust. I got trust issues, bro.
Yeah,
and it's bad. It's bad. Like for example, bro. Like you know what I mean. You and I'm going off of celebrities and people I've known that I know,
right?
Who've been in a relationship and been married, and then the moment that their marriage is over, everything that they work for and everything that they put together and everything that they scratched and bleed as a couple, and you just took that shit from me, bro. Like what? You gotta die, like you. So for you, in order for you not to die, I might as well don't.
No, that's a man emotion, though.
Hey, listen, bro.
You said it calm too.
Listen, because I'm like, because there's no way I'm gonna give you
that hurt. You gotta die. Damn.
Listen. Okay, for example, you do all this. You go get the house. You buy the house. You put your
You got cars.
You got cars. You got the kids. You know, you live your life together. Like I gave you everything, and then you tell me, because I've never heard a man, I ain't gonna say it don't happen because I know it do. I never heard a man say, I wanted to divorce my wife because such and such and such and such, and I'm gonna give her half. No, it was always my wife wanted to divorce me because she was unhappy, and the bitch taking half. Like
Irreconcilable difference.
and then the thing is, it's not fair because you don't just take half. Half is you get the house, the car, and the kids.
And a dog.
And the dog. You get it all. You get all of that, right? But what do I get? Well, half the money? That I don't want half the money. I want half of my kids. I want half of this house.
But
I want half of
sometimes,
this dog.
sometimes y'all can like the first thing the lawyers will say is to sell the house. But the dudes, we logical. If we know the kids is gonna be primarily with the mom,
We might as well
we
keep the
say
house.
they keep the house for the
But
kids.
How about this? I'm gonna keep the house.
And let
You
me
ain't got no house. So now the kids come with me. You see what I'm saying? Like
I
that-
get what
that-
you
that be the-
want it to be in the man's favor. I get what you're saying. You want us to have a leg up.
right.
You
Just
want us to look like we came out on top after the
we did it too. It wasn't just her. We did it too. You know what I'm saying? Like why? And that's why I say that. Like for example, I'm going way off topic here.
No, you're not. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So I got 4 children. My 2 youngest daughter got taken from me and moved to Houston.
Okay.
That devastated me.
Mm.
Like because that's all I knew was to go to work, get off, go get my kids on the weekend or Thursday and keep them to Monday, whatever. We had a good plan going, and then
Right.
you just leave and you just take them. And then I go to courts. I ask them, what can I do? How can I, get my daughters and this, that, and other. Them people told me it was nothing I can do.
That's crazy.
Whole
And-
world.
It's nothing I could do because since she's the mother and she's the sole provider, and since it shows on paper that this is what she does, she gets to take them. And I'm explaining, I'm like, listen, on these days, she don't help me. You know what I mean? Like so I go off. I say that because that's how I feel about marriage. I give all, I do my part, but she gets majority of it. That don't make sense. And why do she get it? Why come can I get it? Or why can the men get it? Like it's like almost spitting in my face and telling me that I'm not worthy or I'm not responsible enough to do that. So in my
Right.
mind, in order for me to not feel that way, because I'm not saying marriage is a bad thing. I'm happy for people who get married. I'm like, man, congratulations. Like really, I'd be really happy. It's just that for me, emotionally, I couldn't, because if something ever happened, I know I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I'm too old to go to jail. 10 years of my life in jail, that's life for me. I'm gonna be dead. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. 41, 51. I'm dead. I might as well, that's life for me. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So I might as well just go in and stay away from that. Do it because I'm one of those guys as well that if I'm loyal to you and I'm with you in a relationship, I'm going to treat you as if we married anyway. I just
Right.
need you to do it back to me. That's it. But I only said that because that kind of like hit home for me, boy. Like, yeah.
It's just
That's what
So-
we're here for, though.
so for me, like there's just some flaws I see in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything that you're listing happens when you're not married. Like they could still take you, like, and I apologize for your daughters being moved to Houston, but like you weren't married when she took them,
Right.
and she had that power. So
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't marriage make that contract a little bit harder for her to do?
It definitely would have, and that's why I said in my mind I kind of wish, but then I would have got married for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So that's what kills me. Like, don't get me wrong. At one point in time, I did love their mother, but again, with the relationship stuff that happened between us, with the cheating and the doing this and doing that, I just lost the love. So no, I did not want to marry a person that I felt like that wouldn't have my back. But 100%, I'm with you. If I was married, it would have been definitely a lot harder for her to just up and leave and me not have a fight. Did I think about
You
it?
like a little toxicity in your woman, don't you?
A little bit. Not too much.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Not too much. That's a little bit.
A little
So
spice.
if I say something wrong, I'm like, nigga, you
Spice.
ain't that's. All right, that's enough now. You know what I mean? That's it.
Right.
Yeah, he's a little bit.
It's just a
Hey,
little bit.
Well,
Man,
he has
I feel him
a little
though,
bit. I know.
I'm glad another man said that, because people be looking at me wrong when I say that somebody got to die when they come to something like that. And they're like, bro, it's never that deep. It is that deep.
Yeah, it's that
'Cause
deep.
I don't know another feeling. Why I lost my voice?
You got to cry
I'm
over
about to
here.
cry. I don't know another feeling that I feel like you can suffer from. Because I'm like, if somebody if my kids was taken away from me right now, you got to kill me, because I'm not gonna stop.
Right.
Like, I love my children
Yeah, dog.
so much that I do not have a word for them. Like, I just don't know.
There isn't any words.
Like, I just, and
There's
then
no
like,
words.
for the stuff that I built up for me, I just know where we come from. If we just look at that,
Oh,
not even growing up from when I was little, just where we come from, like where we just met in middle school, and to now, there's no way I could just be living in an apartment. There's no way I could be, wearing the same clothes and thinking I'm about to survive off my one job, because I ain't build it for me to be by myself. So I'm gonna crash out too. I'm going to crash out too.
My crash out would be a little bit different though, because like, if it comes to my kids, right? Nobody's gonna. I don't give a damn. No court is gonna tell me I can't see my kids. You're gonna put me in jail before you tell me I can't see my kids, and my kids gonna see me every single day until y'all put my ass in jail. And then guess what? I'm a be like Dion or like Battle said. I'm gonna be that homeless guy during COVID, walking by the front of your house, waving at my kids every day. You ain't gonna stop me,
Man.
Yeah.
but anything else, like all the material stuff I think about, like if something happened and she took this house, it's all good. If my kids living in it, that's fine. If my kids don't live in it, accident might happen while they're
Oh, so everything ain't fine then.
I'm
Like,
Hey,
how that happened?
back to me. Was that an electrical fire?
I don't know, but I feel it like in the man. I just can't, like, because we always get dealt that hand where we got to figure it out. It's never the other way
Gotcha.
around.
Nah, but that's my thing. Like if everything got taken from me, my mentality and how I was raised, which will bring us to Chrissy's next question. Now, how I was raised was like outwork them, show them that you didn't need them in that instance anyway.
Yep.
Right. So my mentality would be, okay, she took, if we look at the financial aspect of it all, however much the house is worth, half of my retirement, half of this, half of that. Okay, I'm gonna put a number to it. Do. Okay. I'm about to go buy a house that's bigger just to show her. I'm about to go pull up in a better car just to show her. I'm about to double that retirement account that she took, double the salary that I was at. Like, I'm gonna figure something out. And she won't ever see me sweat. I might be working 2 jobs. I might be busting my ass. She won't know.
So that's the true meaning of
Boy,
stunting on your ex, huh?
boy, you starting on my dad.
Started on that.
And then when she come back and be like, let's give it another try, then I'm gonna bring another woman right there and be like, no,
And bring a white woman.
whoa.
Wait a minute, brother.
Say light skin.
Hey,
Wait a minute, brother.
you see how we all stopped and looked at him like,
Hey, I thought y'all wanted to
Christy-
make him mad.
Christy asked, did we have any examples of healthy relationships growing up, and did it have a negative or positive impact on our relationship as an adult?
Hell no.
Battle, I'm gonna let you answer that one first.
Yeah.
Because I think that was more directed towards your thinking of not getting married and all of that.
okay. So I will say there's only been 2 people in my family has ever been married, right? And which was my mom, and I didn't get a chance to see that because she married my father, and they separated right after I was born.
Mhm.
And then my cousin just got married about 4 years ago, and they separated right after his first son was born. So me saying that is I never seen a good relationship within my family. Have I seen relationships that work? Yes, outside of my family. So I was raised around majority women who lived their life more on the edge than the men in my life. Let me explain what I mean by that. My uncles and cousins and all of that, we all was on the same page. But the women in my life, they would just be with whoever would take care of what need to be done. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they didn't have a partner who was there every day that I saw. Like my grandmother had, I can name several people. My mom had people I can name several of. My sister, and then she met a guy named Justin. My sister and Justin are the only two people in my family that I've seen together over 20 years. Outside of that, I've never seen anybody in my family in a good relationship where I had an example of what a good relationship would look like. So
Now, your sister, you say your sister's not married to him now?
they just got married like
They just-
3 years ago, but they was together for like 18 years before that.
Okay.
And let me explain. It wasn't him that didn't want to get married. It was my sister who didn't want to get married.
Mm.
So can you imagine if my sister don't want to get married? I'm pretty sure ain't nobody in my family want to get married because it's almost the women who want to get married, right?
Right.
My sister said no. And then when I asked her why she got married, she told me and had the audacity to say, we got married because there was nothing else to do. They've been together that long that they got married because it was nothing else to do. And I'm like, that's crazy. So to answer her question, no, I did not have a positive example of a relationship when I was growing up. I learned all of that throughout my years, and that's why I ain't gonna say that's why I am the way that I am, but I'm sure that's the way I am. That's the way I am.
It helped shape it. It played its part.
Yeah.
How your leg
Yeah.
not numb?
What the hell you say?
I said, how your leg not numb?
My leg was more numb when my fat ass was sitting on it. Now I'm like, stretched out.
I don't know why I had that
I got
random
them
thought.
35-year-old knees, dog. That shit was
I
not
was
working.
thinking that, I'm like, bro, we're sitting on the couch like this for like a couple hours now. Like, what? How is leg? Bro, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, that's how you know we get old. You gotta hey, you breathe kind of funny.
I just legit spent like 6 hours standing at a Chiefs game. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you went to the game today?
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
This was
And when I tell you, one person stood up and they all stood up, and I was just sitting there like, sit your ass down. I'm wearing new shoes. I ain't broken them. My feet hurting. Cold. Like, I can't be out here competing with y'all white folk no more.
Yeah.
They sitting there with no shirt on. Let's go. Like, no, get the hell out of here.
You're dead. Tomorrow when you wake up, you got pneumonia. Don't call me.
Hey,
And they still gonna go to work.
hey,
still,
my bad, Kissy. We was in a serious moment. I just
Yeah,
had
we
to check
was.
on my man.
My bad.
But,
DeAndre, did you have examples of healthy relationships growing up? And did it have a negative or a positive impact in your relationships now as an adult?
Did I see any healthy ones?
that's a nope. He had to think about it.
That I gotta think, because my mom's, I mean, and I guess the question would be when you say it's healthy or negative, like basically like the good times outweigh the bad times in the relationship. That's what would qualify as a healthy one.
We'll take that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no.
I love the setup. Just to say
Yeah, because I'm saying, because you know, like the bad stuff always get amplified, and that's what.
I
like
guess
me-
healthy is how they handled it too, though.
Oh well, she handled by yelling, so I know. Yeah, because it's not like all right, let's talk about it, get over it.
Right.
It's I'm about to, yell, like I say, crash out tomorrow. You know what? I just got reminded what you did yesterday. I'm about to just go ahead and repeat the cycle. So I wouldn't consider that healthy and whatnot. But do it affect me today? No, because like once you get to a certain age, you gotta stop using how you was brought up as an excuse. And like even if I never seen a healthy relationship growing up, as as I like once you get like to your 30s, you seen one, whether it was in your household growing up or outside, you seen one at some point, or you know what comes with it, or you know what you need to do to make things work. That's if you really want it. And like I said, goes back to the therapy. If you really want something, you'll work for it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So like I said, how you brought up and what you dealt with, as a child coming up, shouldn't necessarily define your future forever. You can always change. You always can change the narrative. You can always change your path. It's just if you want to. And the people who don't, they just want to lean into what they've been doing and use what they've been through as justification for doing it. And I don't like them type of people. Yeah, man. The reason I like dudes because my uncle touched on me. No, you like dudes because you like dudes. I don't like when people be over here. Just I don't like when people use what happened.
Let him finish. We had a straight face.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but
no pun intended.
No, y'all just go glaze over that.
We
just sitting here talking about, you can't let the stuff that happened to you.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here thinking I'm thinking about like your mama arguing and yelling, and then he's like, "Yeah, man, the reason I like dudes because my uncle." Where the heck? I went from 0 to 100
really quick.
But that's how it be though. Like I just know a lot of people like how they act, especially once they get to a certain age. Like once you get over 30,
have some responsibility.
Yeah, because once you get to 40, it's really no excuse. I shouldn't be seeing anybody over 40 acting like they still in their 20s. I shouldn't see nobody, over 30 acting like they still in their teens.
You're right. You're right, and that's how I feel.
But we still do.
It's another reason that I feel like I'm
not all the time. Like everybody. I know people ain't perfect, but if every situation, this is how you react,
right?
You're not really growing.
So, Duran, do you have examples of healthy relationships growing up?
Nope. Never have. Never did. I ain't never seen.
Let him finish the question.
I ain't never seen nobody, man. I ain't know nothing about marriage. I ain't even seen nobody engaged.
Well,
oh damn!
Because of that, did it have a negative or positive impact on your relationship as an adult?
I say it had a positive effect. The only reason why is because then it made me want something.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Like not want just get married, but it made me want something and really know what it means to try to keep it, to do something about it. So it's like, you know what? I was feeling like battle. I feel like I ain't nothing either. I ain't saying I did a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Right.
But I just like, hey, if somebody want to sign their life away to me, cool. If you like me, you like me. Come on.
Let's rock it.
Melissa, we see your question. We're gonna answer that here next in a second.
That's just how it is. I'm just like, but I ain't never see that. It is crazy because I feel like if we ask black men that question, about 80% of us gonna say no, because if you did have your parents end up getting married, somebody was beating somebody was verbally abusing somebody. You found out you had 32 siblings across town. They're like, that's your stepbrother. I knew he looked like my daddy. I mean, I guess it's our daddy, but you know what I'm saying? And then just coming from the family I grew up in, I got like 5 brothers, and none of us got the same mama. So
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I was a rolling stone.
I ain't had that.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's messed up.
I had a recipe for disaster though. I had that.
Yeah, I had that.
Well, I guess I'm part of that 20%. I did have one. I had one healthy relationship, and that was my grandma and grandpa.
Yep. I knew it.
Yeah, that was it. And honestly, I didn't know they wasn't married until they told me they was getting married, and they went to Vegas and got married. And I was like, damn, I thought y'all was married this whole time. And to this day, they still married. They still rocking with each other. They good.
Well,
can I ask a question?
Then I saw, my mom's was married too. And that was the most toxic relationship I think I've ever seen in my life. Every single day, they was cursing each other out. And like to this point, I don't curse my wife out. We don't I don't yell at her. We don't do none of that. I think it actually had a negative effect on me, and the fact that I won't argue or entertain that. Like if we get to the point where you feel like you got to yell and curse at me, hey, we could talk later.
Yep. Come on down.
I ain't. That's why I kind of laughed a little bit earlier about it when I was like, "You like a toxic woman, don't you?" Because like the minute I see toxicity, like my alerts start going off, and I'm like, "Cause don't call me on my name, don't call me a bitch, don't call me puss, don't any of that."
Dang,
Immediately,
you
I'm like,
kicked off the air, don't you?
Hey, we 3 hours into this. If they made it this far, they done heard a whole lot worse. But the minute we get to that point, like you done lost respect for me in order to start talking to me like I'm somebody off the street, and I'm not talking to you like that either. So the fact that
I'm not trying to lose respect for you.
I just can't put up with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy.
But then I also never saw my grandparents do that. But my grandpa is the example that I had as a man. So that's where the other side come in, where like I ain't never seen him cry. I ain't never seen him like deal with the emotional side of things. It was always figure it out and get it done. And I got that same mindset, which can be detrimental in some ways. My wife will come to me and she's like, oh, this and this and this and this. And I'm just like, let's find a solution. And she's not looking for a solution. She's looking for me to listen and let her vent. And I'm just like, why are you crying? Like, let's figure it out.
Right.
So sometimes I gotta like step back and realize like the negative impact that even seeing a healthy or what I pictured as healthy has had on me, and kind of reshape how I respond. Because I got two girls. I got two girls, so how I treat their mama is what they gonna be looking for, in my opinion.
Right. Yep. Because they gonna looking at you. You the first man that they love. So
yeah, and if I see a man call my daughter out her name, I don't care if that's your husband or anything.
Oh, he getting choked up.
He about to get choked to the ground real quick.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Hey, that's what
Uncle certified cash out.
Was it Method Man or Red Man?
Yeah.
Well, one of them like he put the hands on some dude that I guess treated his daughter wrong like 10 years ago. Yeah, I guess he finally caught up to him. I think it was Method Man.
I guess he had a method to the madness.
Yeah, they're like, Method Man got arrested, put his hands on dude, man. Like, what'd he do?